Okay, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, fishing accomplices, good morning and welcome back to Fishin'. So it is October 3rd, 2024, and I am fortunate enough to have a 4-day weekend. So it is a Wednesday right now and it's quiet, and I decided, given the options I have, given that tog season is about a week out, I decided to take a quick trip out to Montauk. It's being a Wednesday, I don't think it'll be super crazy in terms of boat traffic or traffic, and I figured why not. So I'm not sure how this is going to go. I'm certain there's still some Fluke around. We brought all our Fluke stuff, and we're going to be fishing, at least to start, just like we do when we fish for Fluke. But I don't think it's going to be a red hot bite. Could be wrong, hope I'm wrong. But the good news is I am sure there should be some sea bass around, keepers hopefully too. Additionally, porgies are around. I'm sure there might be some small bluefish around. Could be the potential of bass. There's lots of options, and if we're really lucky, maybe some albies will show up, but I'm not holding my breath with what I've been reading so far. But it's always something to catch. So we got all day today. I'm gonna take my time. We got beautiful conditions. It's not supposed to be much wind at all, and I am certainly marking some good amounts of life in the shallower water, but we're going to start deep to begin. So that is what I have for you, and thank you for checking it out. It's true, because it's time to get some fishing accomplished. All right, so we're going to our first spot right now. Never mind the trolling motor. Got 60-ish feet of water, some scattered boulders. Got incoming tide, and it should be moving. I'm gonna try with 3/4 ounce bucktail, see if we can make that work, though this probably is gonna be a bit light, but I always like to start light and work my way up, so that's what we're gonna try, and hopefully the fish are fans. All right, I think I'm seeing some life on this particular boulder, and it wouldn't surprise me because there was life here in September. Let's get it down there. See what kind of tide we're working with. 3/4 ounce bucktail, incoming tide, 71-degree water temps in the surface. Okay, we're gonna go over that again, but this time we're gonna put a piece of strip on there and see what we can do. Let's go reset. All right, let's try again with the strip bait. Let's see if this gets any attention. There we go. That's something good. Feels like a fluke. Not doing much. Would be encouraging to see a fluke this early into the trip, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a fluke, and it's a measurable one. Okay, all right. I don't need to be super picky today. If we get, 3 of those and some sea bass, we're in good shape. It's gonna be close. I think you'll make it. Oh yeah, almost 21. Yeah, you'll go in the bag. Late season fluke. All right, feels good to get that guy out of the way. So this is not all for nothing. That's only our 3rd drift, so first only with the fish strip. Yeah, water temps are 70. There should still be some good fish around. I have no problems keeping a limit of fish that size. I'd like to bring some fish home to my parents for dinner. But we get these fluke, we're definitely just gonna hammer sea bass afterwards. So let's see what else we can do. Great start to the day. And yeah, I'm gonna bleed this guy out a little bit. Some of you have commented my last Montauk videos. I do bleed them out, these fish, but I do not keep them in super long because it is possible to attract sharks. I'm not gonna leave them in for more than maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Just like 2 drifts and then put them in the bag, but just get that blood out because we want that fish quality meat to be as good as possible. Get it out in the water. All right, that guy is simmering down the water. Try another drift, same general area, different trajectory over some rocks. Leave him in the water for one drift, and then we'll take him out and put him in the bag. Okay, let's try this one more time, then I'm gonna make a move. Not that I don't have confidence in the spot, but when this spot's going off, it's like the fish finder's usually lit up, and I'm not seeing too much here. Just some bait, but what I was hoping to find here was just swarms of sea bass, and I'm not seeing that. And we have a decent enough tide, so it's not happening now. I don't know if it's gonna happen in the next hour or so. So there's a couple spots I have a bit more confidence in that I'm gonna check out if this drift doesn't pan out. All right, so we worked some deeper stuff for a while and got that one fluke and a few other small hits, but nothing major. So we're losing tide, and I do intend to go back out deeper, but while things are moving slow and as we wait for the outgoing to start, we're gonna try some shallower stuff, boulders in particular, to see if we can find some sea bass or even fluke. But I think I have a better shot in shallow during these dead hours, and I'd rather do that than just sit out in the depth and do nothing. So let's take some time to explore since we do have the nicer weather today. Got something going on here, so let's drop down and see what's happening. Huge school of something, probably just bait, but where there's smoke, there's fire. It's a sea bass. Alright, not a huge one, but it's a good sign. It's what I was intending to find. He wasn't legal anyways, but he wasn't a bad fish. Just got a nice sea bass under the boat, and they're streaking under us right now, so looks like there's a nice swarm, which is what we like. There is so much bait over here, and there are some fish under them, so question is what, and can we catch them? Fishing a much lighter bucktail right now. It's a 1/2 ounce, maybe even 3/8, I'm not sure, but a lot of the moving tide is slowing down. We do still have some movement, but it's not great. But there could be fish here, so let's try. Right now, just straight gulp. Definitely fish right here. Shouldn't take long if they're... That's a better one for sure. Yeah, it'll start us. Jeez, come on, get in there. Heck yeah. They're thick on us right now. Let's just double check. He's close. I think he should make it. Grab him by the gill plate, not the gill. Right on the line. Sea bass, like probably right on the line, but a bit closer than I want to flirt with at this point. But let's see if we can get another, because there's definitely more than just one fish here. We were marking them pretty good. Right here. All right, we finally have some decent outgoing tides. We're gonna try some deeper stuff and see if we can get anything. Found some life in the shallows, but nothing all that remarkable, at least for the tide, but should be something doing out here, so let's give it a shot. There we go. That's a fluke. That's a nice one too. I don't know about keeper, but it's not bad. straight up. That's close. Probably a little short, but rats. Very close. It's like 19 and 3/8. So going back. All right, well, now that we have some outgoing tide, I'm definitely getting a bit more action. And getting a fluke that close to keeper size definitely helps keep me motivated. Another thing that helps keep me motivated is the promise of brand new seltzer, and that is what we have for you. This is something and nothing. I don't make this stuff up. Pineapple and pink grapefruit. I guess this is soda technically, but it's a very light soda, so I have never tried it. Let's give it a shot. Pineapple and grapefruit too. Like, I don't typically try that kind of flavor. Yeah, I'd say this is exactly what you might expect. It's pineapple-y, but it's, I think, a bit more grapefruit than anything. But it's not like knock you over the top of the head grapefruit. This is enjoyable. It's pleasant. It's not too much sugar. 9 grams in the entire can, which is certainly less than actual soda. So I'm okay with this. This is like a 8.2. Not too terrible, pretty good, and hopefully this fishing starts to get good soon, because it's been a tough day, but I have a good feeling about this outgoing tide, so let's see if we can get another one. Okay, let's go over this again. Definitely not marking as much life out here in the deeper water, but as we can tell, the last 2 drifts I've had some kind of bite on both of them, and didn't even get too far into the drift, so maybe we can really get into something good now, but we'll work this. The tide's only going to pick up, and once it really gets moving, I might kind of move my way back to where we started. But I'm surprised we're not seeing more sea bass. I really expect to see more of them than fluke, but yeah, it's been kind of slow for them today. But maybe this outgoing tide will bring out the best of them once it's really moving. That's a sea bass, I think. Oh, it's a fluke. That's another fluke. Jeez, it's not a bad one either. It barely got him. He wasn't a keeper, so that was perfectly fine. Well, we found the fluke pattern. He doesn't even know what to do with himself. There he goes. Okay, got a fairly reliable pattern going here. Every drift we've pulled a fish, so it'd be foolish to give up on it now, but we would like to see the quality go up a little bit, and I'm sure it can. I mean, that first one was very close to keeper size. It's a fluke, just like, I don't know, it's fighting weird. Felt like nothing, now feels a little better. It's not really doing much. Now it's fighting weird. Bluefish. Fluke. What is going on with these fish today? That was such a weird fluke fight. Whatever.
That's a better one, for sure. Yeah, maybe not, I don't know. Better than the last one. That one, I don't like. That was a really crawling job, short. I don't think so. But better safe than sorry, right? I think he's probably like 18 and a half. Yeah, definitely not. Call him 18 and a half, give or take. Another decent short. So, could get on some good action if we can just step our size up a bit. But we got time. We got tide too. Time and tide. Got you that time. This fish is gonna come straight up, I guarantee it. Sure, why not? Close. I think that might do it. That should be a keeper. That should do it. Very thick. See this? Like, I mean, this one actually, like, he's touching it. He's the tiniest hair over 19 and a half. So this one I can keep and not feel so guilty about. Like, he's not on the dot. He's on the dot and a tiny bit bigger. But let's just do it one more time. I don't know. I mean, depends on the angle. It's a very nice fish though. Just got a very close keeper. I mean, it's pretty much a keeper. It's just whatever notch on its mouth you wanted to call the fish by, but whatever. Hoping for some good karma for letting that fish go. I mean, it probably was 19 and a half, but then again, I just don't know, and I don't want to chance it if that fish shrinks in the bag. So let's go over it again. This is all good signs, good healthy population of fluke here. Every week is a gift this late in the season, so let's go try it again, and you know, hopefully we'll connect with that keeper. Got some good clouds of bait right here. Not a fluke. Maybe it is. I don't know. It's not acting like one. It feels like one now, though. Doesn't feel very big. No. Just an October fluke. Everything. Another short fluke. It's been an odd bite today. Like, this is not just the bite's different, but also the fight. Like they're very kind of skittish when they're trying to hit it. When they're biting, they're fighting rather. They're going like side to side. And I know I'm being pushed around a bit, wind against tide, but even still, like I fought a lot of fluke in my day, and this is definitely a different type of fight than I'm used to with these fish. So I don't know, take it as you will. That might be a sea bass. Never know. Very brave seagull here. What's up, buddy? No? Alright. Smell you later. Never had a seagull come that close to me in the kayak before. Something's playing with it. Oh, whoa, whoa, what is that? I think it's a fluke, but I don't know. I think it's a sea robin? Sea bass? Decent sea bass. But I don't think he's gonna make it. Not want to get sliced open. Okay, I think that's going to do it for today. It was a tough day. Can't say it was that bad though. Like, you know, October catch and keeper fluke. Really can't complain. Fishing inshore on a kayak. I did get, you know, that one easy keeper, then a couple that were like right on the line that I threw back, plus a few sea bass. I was surprised there weren't more sea bass around where I was fishing, but I don't know, maybe I just didn't time the tides out right or whatever. I bet if I fished shallow a bit more, I probably could have encountered some more, though maybe not keepers. And perhaps if I went into some really deep structure, I could have encountered them as well. I'm gonna probably give it one more go out here tomorrow. I don't know if that'll be combined with this or whatever. But if that's the case, this is basically my fluke finale between this and the next one. So yeah, so I actually did end up going fishing the next day, fishing around Montauk, and I decided to give it another go for fluke and sea bass, and it wasn't anything all that special. I'm going to give you just the brief highlights reel of some of the things that happened. One of the issues that really arose, and I did try and explore a bit on this particular day, is there were just so many little snapper bluefish around. They were just destroying anything and everything I did try and throw at them, whether it be gulp or bait or whatever. So a lot of interference to put up with, but I did end up getting on a half-decent sea bass bite at one point, but it was kind of tricky to find them, and they weren't super active until that tide switched to outgoing. There we go. Oh, that was a sea bass. All right, what's something? Terrible. 25 feet of water. Well, better than nothing. Let's try again. That's a better one. That's a better one. I think it's a sea bass. Yeah, that might come home with us. That should come home with us. No! Oh, man. That sucks. I'm gonna do one last one. We gotta go. Try something else. That's at least a little better. Wow, look at that squid. Ooh, yeah, that's a good fish. That's a fluke, finally. Good fluke. He's alright, not that big. Bet he's like 19 inches. Yeah, they really seem dialed into the strip bait, you know, with the squid around and a lot of the bait. But obviously a little bit underwhelming, but really we're just holding out until we can do some tod fishing. We're just happy to get some fish in the cooler bag, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that'll do it. Hopefully at least one more good fluke session before the season ends. Thanks for watching. Goodbye from fishing.